Hi, I'm David Atkinson, Nomadic therapist. Today's video is about sensitivities of an empath, and the purpose of the video is to give you an idea of what an empath can feel. And if you're a parent, it's really worth watching until the latter half of the video, because I can give you some ideas of what a child might be feeling. In the first half of the video, I'm going to talk about how I personally feel my empathic sensitivities and how deeply I feel them. The first thing I'm going to cover is how I feel people's energies. So I can feel people's energies in my body. Now, it depends on where a person's blockage is, depends on where I feel it within my body. I've attuned myself to become very sensitive to this. So when I work with people doing biofield tuning, I can actually feel a blockage within my body, and I can relate it to a time in their life, and I, depending on where I feel it in my body, can then tell the person roughly what was going on emotionally at that time, or what that blockage is related to. Earth energies. For me, I'm very sensitive to earth energies as well. Now, when I started to learn about energies, earth energies, and I started to pick up on them, what actually happened was when I would walk through some negative energy, I would get pressure right in my forehead. And to begin with, it was strong enough to give me a migraine for 2 or 3 days at a time. With earth energies, it's almost as though I can see them. I can't physically see them, but I can feel them with such a depth that I can say to myself, okay, I want to look for a ley line, and I will turn and I will look directly to where that ley line is. So ghosts, I feel as a pressure on my chest. Now, going back 10 years ago, I started to get these strange pressures on my chest, and I thought at the time I smoked that I was actually having some sort of heart problem. But it turns out that actually that pressure on my chest is me feeling dense energy of a ghost. These are the sensitivities and energies as I feel them. And if you feel them in a different way, or you have some similarities, please comment. I would really like to hear how other people connect with these energies. Knowing what I know now, as a child I probably displayed some odd behaviours, especially as a very young child. And I don't remember a great deal of my childhood, but I've been told some stories, and I want to share a few of those with you. I always remember that there was a photograph of me in the house, and it was me as a child, I would say around 3 or 4 years old. And I'm in a photographer's studio, I'm sat there, I'd been crying, and I'm just kind of don't really want to look at the photographer, and I'm just playing with a little toy plane. Now, imagine if that photographer had some sort of energetic blockage within their body. Why, as a child that feels that, am I going to want to connect with that person and listen to that person? Especially as I don't understand why I can feel what's going on with them. So it's something just to be aware of, that if your child is feeling uneasy in the company of people, then maybe they're picking up on something that you can't pick up on. Maybe they're feeling into somebody's energy that's going on within their body. My mum loves to tell this story, and I was probably around about the age of 4 that my mum went and dropped me off at a party, and when she came back to pick me up, I was still by the front door, still with my coat on, ready to go. So imagine that you get dropped off at a party as a child, and there's some negative earth energies at the back of the house, geopathic stress, and that doesn't feel comfortable. And when you can feel it as a pressure in your forehead, why would you then go into a house and enjoy a party? The final story I do remember. When we lived in a little village, we lived in a 300-year-old house, and on the top corridor that ran past the bathroom and the bedrooms, there was a place that never felt good. And it was one of those places that I always kind of had that feeling that I should move quickly past it. And my parents always said that they heard running up and down that corridor at night. And they always went and checked on me and my brother and sister to make sure that we were still in bed and all of us were fast asleep. That house definitely had a ghost in it, and I felt it, and even now I can kind of feel that little chill in my body. But I was afraid of something that I didn't understand, and the position that I'm in now, I fully understand ghosts, and I have no fear of them at all. So if you have any similar stories or ones that you think maybe could be related to your child being an empath, please comment. I'd really like to hear them, and I'd really like to know of any other experiences that people have had. Remember, being an empath is only a curse if you do not embrace it. I embraced my empathic nature through dowsing and increased my sensitivity to an extent that, to some degree, I can turn it on and off. So if you're interested in doing the same, head over to nomadictherapist.com and check out my services page. Please like, comment and subscribe to this channel, and also feel free to share this. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you very much.